to this video. This was a really interesting one to record. I'm trying to record it in two different ways and had to get my mind around it. I want to show you how to use Google Meet to record your lessons and publish those to a video you can put on YouTube. Okay, this is not a complicated task at all. So we're going to start a meeting, and so we'll give it a name, and it's going to open up. It's going to open your camera. It's going to open up your audio, whatever you're using to record yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and join. If I wanted to add people, I could do it here. I could even copy this. A great thing to do is to copy the joining info and go ahead and publish that on your calendar. Say, you could go ahead and schedule your meetings for the week and say, here are the Google links. Okay, you can schedule meetings in Google Meet and just set them up that way, and you put a date on them, and then you can put those links inside your calendar. So when students go say, hey, what's going on today, they can go down and click the link when they're ready to join your meeting. Hopefully they join it on time. So what I want to do is so right now you're observing my screen. You're not actually, I'm not recording through Google Meet yet, right? And so there's a few things that I want to do before I record it. So down here, these three dots, you can see them down at the bottom right over here. There's a few things. Number one, up here, you've got your record button. That's going to be important when I'm ready to record. But also down here where you have settings right here, I want to change a few things. Number one, I want to make sure that I'm recording at the highest definition possible. That's going to be especially if I'm going to be recording myself and putting that video out there. Even 720 isn't super high definition. To our eyes, we're used to a lot higher definition than that, but it'll be a pretty good video. Okay. Now, so a couple things. I want to record my meeting, and I want to present now. Okay. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to record the meeting using Google Meet, but I'm also going to record my desktop and let you see it from both perspectives, right? So we're going to put one over here, and you're going to have those two things to look at to kind of give the two different perspectives of what the student sees and then what maybe you're seeing. A lot of it's going to be similar, but some of it's a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to record the meeting. It's going to ask you to consent, right, if everybody's involved. When the recording starts, you've given, if students are involved, you need to make sure you tell them, hey, I'm recording this. If their faces are on the screen, just give them a heads up. If you don't want to be here, turn your camera off. But for me, I'm doing this kind of ahead of time, so I would be recording this to post so that they could watch it at their own time, right? The asynchronous classroom where not everybody's all at the same time. But there again, I could see definitely doing this live and also recording it and posting it later so that anybody that didn't or couldn't make it at that time, they can go back in and get the same content that your other students that were able to be the synchronous classroom and get that information at the same time. So I'm going to click record now, this button here, or not record, but present, right? I could present my entire screen. I could present a window or a tab. If I'm using Google Slides, the tab window, the one here, Google Chrome tab is really nice because you can have the slides up here at the top, right, in one of these links up at the top, and you can just tell it to record that one. And then you can move around on your desktop, and it's still recording that one window, and you can move around, and it doesn't change. I don't have that set up this way. I'm using PowerPoint, so I'm going to be recording my entire screen. So every time I slide back and forth between windows, it's going to record it, right? And so I'm going to click entire screen. And so now, rather than I'm going to click on that, and it's going to share. Now my windows, so now I'm changing. Now you're going to see me, and you're going to, my screens are going to be changing. Now you're presenting to everyone, right? You're seeing the same kind of stuff. But what I want to do is I want to present this. One of the good things about Google Meet and Zoom and things like that is it allows you to have a little bit of a picture of yourself off to the side. But for me, I don't see that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just play this for a minute, kind of show you how the audio is a little different. Now, I'm still talking. In one screen, you don't see me. In the other screen, you do see me. the audio is coming in through my microphone, not through the computer. So it may sound a little bit like it's in a box or it's in like a big room. But I really want to emphasize my voice because I want to be able to talk my students through the lessons that we're going to be talking about. Not, I don't really care that it's going to have a lot of audio. You can do that. You can have it set up to say just record the audio from the computer, especially if you've got a couple of microphones going at the same time. That could end up giving you some feedback and it wouldn't record very well. And so here you can go ahead and click through your PowerPoint presentations just like you would normally click through and teach them and go over the things. It's going to respond just like you would in any PowerPoint presentations. Let me go ahead and click out of that. And then when you get done, I'm recording the screen, right? I'm going to stop presenting. That's going to bring me back to a full screen of myself. If you're inside this and you've got lots of people involved and you don't want to have this, sometimes you'll have a list of people on this side. If you want to have kind of the tile look, you can go to change layout and you can select the tile view. Now, obviously, I'm the only one here, so it's not going to tile anything. But if there were more people, then they would tile up just like Zoom would do to a certain number, especially on mobile devices. And they can swipe back and forth between their windows, and it would show you more people. But that's how you record. I'm going to go ahead. When I'm done recording, I'm going to go back into this. I'm going to click Stop Recording and click Stop. And so now we're back to just one screen, right? The recording is going to be saved in my Google Drive. You're going to get an email. Depending on how long the video is, it's going to process that video and it's going to be recording that and uploading that to a drive or folder in your Google Drive. And you'll get an email notifying, hey, this recording is finished. The name of the recording is atrocious. It's a huge list of numbers and letters. So rename it so that you can tell what it is, when it was, what lesson it was. And then you can either upload that video to YouTube or you can put it directly into your Canvas page. I think it's going to be easier if you want to embed that. You're going to want to put it on YouTube because it's going to give you that embed code directly from YouTube. So you can just kind of pop that into your page, or maybe you're going to use this in a studio quiz so that you can kind of put some questions in there, kind of like Edpuzzle does. Anyway, I hope this was really helpful, and I hope you've got a good handle on how to create some videos, presentations, lectures, however you're going to do this for your students. See you next time.